Hey, what's going on, guys? Nate here with NP Pokemon back again. I originally wanted to make a video talking about some Game Boy custom cases I had. You can check out those pictures on my Instagram at NP Pokemon. So if you want to see those, stay tuned. I'm sure the next couple videos will be about those. But I kind of changed my mind at the last minute here because there's some market news. Today, as of Thursday of this week, that's when I'm recording this video, it marks the third straight day of gains for the overall U.S. market, specifically like Dow Jones, NASDAQ, the big ones. So have we turned around in the markets? I really don't think so. And I wanted to kind of put some of my input in there. I myself am a healthcare worker. I'm a respiratory therapist. I'm in the hospital actually seeing these things. Thankfully, my area so far has not seen like a giant surge. What's happening in New York and like Louisiana, Washington, LA here soon, it's getting pretty crazy, especially in New York. And that is the outcome we are all going to face if we don't continue to take this seriously. Now, granted, the rural areas naturally are more spread out. There's not a lot of contact with items or people, so the rural areas might be okay. I am a city of 100,000, and we are also a college town, so it can get really dicey, but I feel like we started closing down schools at a decent time, so we got everyone out of the schools and back home in an orderly fashion pretty much, but still, we have some cases still climbing here, and we're getting up to about the 30 range, so this could go either way for us. But big cities like that, you got to really crack down on those guys, and yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to touch on here in this video. So, will the Pokemon market be affected? I kind of made a video about this a little farther back and some Elite Forum posts, but yeah, everything is affected. The world is going to change after this, and I think it's going to be an upside of like YouTube and collectibles in the long run. But if you think about it, there's a lot of people who like jumped the gun and laid off a lot of workers here in the last 2 weeks. So you will see direct influence on collectors. If, for instance, collectors were one of the people who got laid off, you will naturally see a pullback of their collection or pullback of their money supply, so they're not buying as many things. And yeah, when people are uncertain about their job, they're not going to be buying things, or at least they should. If there's uncertainty with employment in the future, you should probably dial back a little bit. So those are the actual physical properties that, I feel like might affect the Pokemon market. The actual physical money that you will not receive if you're laid off and stuff. But these last 3 days made me make this video because there's something in the markets in the air that we haven't seen for a long time, and that is hope. We have hope of this new recovery bill, this phase 3 bill. There's a lot of movement going on with that here in the last few days, so that's good. We've actually seen the Fed buckle up and strap in, and all these actions that the Fed have made up until now, the last 3 or 4 weeks, we haven't really seen the markets respond well to them because I feel like people assumed it wasn't enough. So now we're finally at the point where the government, the Fed, granted the government still has to pass this bill tomorrow. It's approved in the Senate, so the hope is that it'll be passed sometime in the morning, and the optimism there is really positive. So yeah, hopefully that will be taken care of. A lot of people are feeling pretty good about the new bill, and a lot of people are feeling good that the Fed has stepped in, and the measures of the Fed have been big enough that makes people feel a little more optimistic about the future. Now, when we talk about the virus itself, this thing isn't going to turn around. The markets are not going to turn around. The U.S. isn't going to be back to normal until this virus is solved. So there's nothing that was done in the last week or so that proves that we are going to tackle this virus appropriately. We still need people that stay at home, stay, away from big crowds, don't go out if you don't have to unless you're, essential services. So yeah, overall, the biggest factor is the coronavirus. That's still what we're dealing with here. We're at war with this virus, and no matter what, It's going to take a group effort of everyone in this country to kind of overcome that. So I feel like there's hope in the markets, but I think this hope is a little too early as far as the actual data for COVID-19. Today alone, New York posted numbers of over 100 people dying today alone. And I'm pretty sure our cases, if they haven't crossed over today, are more than any country. So today might be the day that they overtook China and Italy, but as far as total cases. But yeah, we'll have to kind of keep a watch on that. If it wasn't today, it's very soon, like within the next couple days. But I'm pretty sure we took the lead on that today. So that's kind of unraveling. Now, you got to think of Italy. Think of how many cases they've had and how little that country is. So that's the number one factor of Italy, why it's so bad. They had a huge outbreak of cases, and also the country is so compact that there's not really anywhere to go. You know, you're surrounded by water mostly, and here in the U.S., we got plenty of space. We are so spread out here, it's kind of unbelievable. If you live somewhere in like New York, you might not understand that, but you know, here in the Midwest, everyone is so spread out. Even in my city, we're kind of a bigger city here in Columbia. Outside the city, people are so spread out. The only interaction they have with people who might have the virus is going to Walmart and getting their essential items. So that's where we really need to crack down. So yeah, I don't think the overall impact will be as bad as places like New York, but man, we still got to be very careful, and our numbers are going to continue to climb. We have not even seen the peak in New York yet, so just imagine how long this is going to be. Back in my hometown, it's a hometown of about 2,000 people. There are 2 counties of the state that are surrounding my home county, and each one of those, one of them has like 8 cases, one of them has 3 cases, but 0 cases in my home county. And pretty much the only city or town in that county is my hometown of 2,000 people. So I was talking to some people back then, you know, we might not even see a case. You know, you're starting to see it creep up close to the border, and now you're just a county over. So you might see the first case here in the next 2 weeks. But it takes another 2 weeks after the first case for you to see like 5, 6 cases. And then another 2 weeks after that before you see like 15, 20 cases. So this is a slow moving thing. It is rapidly moving in places of condensed area. You know, those 2 weeks time might be cut down by multiple weeks just because everyone's so compact. But that's how it's going to play out here in like the Midwest and smaller towns. It just takes so long to really ramp up until it meets like a certain threshold, and then it just really starts doubling once you get more and more and more. You know, it's exponential. So yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I got some stuff ready to, I was kind of mutual fund shopping here the last few days, but I'm kind of going to hold off just a little longer. So what do you guys think about all this? Do you think the market turnaround, or do you think this hope over the last few days is a positive thing moving forward? Do you think we're kind of on the upswing of our markets? Let me know below. But thank you for watching, guys. This might be my last set of videos. These videos I record this week might be the last of this scruff, because I do have to shave my entire face for those N95 masks. They don't have a proper seal. I'm kind of spitting everywhere. They don't have a proper seal anyways with stubble. So gonna be clean shaven the first time in like 4 years. And also my hair is gonna be getting kind of long because all the barbershops are closed. We are on official lockdown here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think for any other videos. Let me know what you're looking for. And I'll be showing off my collection here over the last couple days in these videos that I record. So stay tuned for more videos there by subscribing, and check out my Instagram at NB Pokemon. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.